Okay, so we're streaming to YouTube now.
Yes. It should be.
Yeah. Should have started.
Excellent connection, it says. Oh yeah, we're up. Hello, YouTube.
Okay, I'm switching to the other channel. So we should be seeing the get ready screen. And now I just need to turn off the other service. I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, sorry, just what I'm seeing in the thing. Never mind.
Okay. I am gonna not mind. Okay, we're less than a minute away. Okay. Oh.
There we go.
I didn't want to have this up. You know what I wanted to have up was
Hello.
Oh, hello there, Bella, and hello everybody else. Oh, that's right. I've got all sorts of new audio controls. So, I feel like I have been dominating the conversation, Bella. And so I'm going to bring up your audio just a tad because I've got this microphone. Exactly. Yeah. So now's your time to shine. So I want to say for all the people who are joining us from all around the world, thank you very much for stepping in once again into the Question of the Day game show. And I'm going to take half a second and explain kind of how the game works. And as you may see, I have put like a graphic up on the screen that shows you what your phone looks like, because this is a game show that you play on your phone. And so all week long, every day we're releasing a new question of the day, and people have been answering and applauding and voting for which ones they think are the best. And so during this show, this once a week live show, we're going through the best of the best, everything that you guys have voted for. And now we have the final votes. So whichever is the best question, the best answer, for each category wins $25. That's easy. And then we have another vote, the finals for the best, and that person wins $100. And so as you're going through the week and you're answering these very fascinating questions like fate or free will or dunk your cookies in tea or milk, whatever it is, something very earth-shattering, just keep in mind that you can walk away with $125 if you do a really good one. Not that that's going to change anybody's life, but
Good.
Well, exactly. Is it fated or is it not? Anyway, those are the rules. So our job now that, it has, whatever has been fated, it has happened, right? Because our 6 best answers are in, but now it's our job to vote. And so you're going to see blue buttons show up on the screen that give you a chance to vote for which one you think is the best. And that person is going to win. So Look for those buttons. They pop up like right in time with the video stream. It's very exciting. So that's it. That's the rules. Let's go ahead and play, right? And we're going to start. We have 6 questions. And the very first one, if you guys are paying attention, you may have figured out has a little something to do with fate or free will.
On, we got the music going.
Yeah, we got to find just the right level for the music.
You're DJing over there today.
There. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like a good DJ. And I'm glad that today's my chance to actually, be the DJ. But so the question is, fate or free will, do you control your own destiny, or is everything that's going to happen to you been predetermined? And so we want to know your thoughts on this board. Oh, I know. This is like, usually it literally, sometimes it's things like, what do you like better, hats or visors?
Yeah.
But today, it's like
getting philosophical.
Question. I know. Well, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I was, like the music's insanely loud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. I was a philosophy major when I was in
college.
Know that.
I've stalked your LinkedIn.
Thank you very much. We'll see what I was doing.
I thought I would be done with questions like this after I got my degree and finished my philosophy classes. Okay. I think it's a mixture of both. So you control a lot of things in your life. You control yourself. So you make a lot of decisions that are obviously up to you. However, I think that those decisions also cause sort of a ripple effect in your life. So depending on which one you choose, you can determine what's going to happen next. So I don't think you are exactly predestined to do anything, but I also don't think that you are the only reason that those things are happening, if that makes any sense.
It does. We are surrounded by a constellation of circumstances which are not under our control, so we don't have total free will. I hear you, Hannah. I hear you. I'm not sure.
Fate or free will? Now, this is a good one, right? Personally, I do think that we are destined to our own destiny, if that makes sense. But the things in between here and now, we could change those things. Those things we do have control over, but our final destination, not so much.
So we can decide whether we have cookie or pie, but not whether or not we have dessert, because dessert's happening. I hear you.
You definitely do not control your destiny. I mean, you can do as much as you can, like studying as much as you want for that test, or like adding as much as you want to your resume. But at the end of the day, bigger factors are always going to change things. Like, you might wake up sick and miss the test, and that will ruin your future. Or maybe someone else has a connection to the boss because he's related to them. So, like, as good as your resume is, none of it matters. And, like, but that's not to say at the end of the day, like, you shouldn't be doing as much as you can to succeed in life. That's what life is made up of. But you do always have to remember that, like, life is controlled by so many different factors, and you can't blame yourself for not everything working out.
So I think she's saying that it is not getting to the top of the mountain, it's the climb. Because whether you're going to make it or not has been predetermined. But you show character, and that's important, I think. I think that's where she's at.
So I kind of am under the impression that everything happens for a reason. I try not to control my destiny. If I see things going the wrong way, I of course will intervene and try to set them back on track. But I like to think that everything happens for a reason, and good things come to those who wait.
Okay. So be patient, because...
Yeah.
Easy. It's both. You have the free will to choose your fate. I don't think anything is predetermined. I think we choose how we succeed and fall for the most part. A lot of luck is involved. I think karma's real. I think if you treat people bad, then bad things are going to come to you. But I think you have the free will to choose your fate.
All right. I'm hearing a hard no. There was some hemming and hawing about karma, but essentially he's saying it's up to you. That's what I hear.
I really hope we have free will. To learn that everything was like preordained for us would make life really depressing, right? Because it's like no matter what you do, you're still going to end up with the same fate. So I definitely believe in free will, and I hope for all of our sanity's sake that is real.
Like, why get out of bed if you already know what's going to happen to you
Yeah.
or
Oh,
whatever?
that's so tricky.
Oh, so you see these big buttons?
Oh
So
my God, awesome.
I know. So there's blue buttons on your phone too. Number 1 is Hannah. Number 6 is Elsa the Joe. If you think that Hannah is the best, click on button number 1. If you like Enrique, number 2, Beatrice, she believes in fate. Number 3, Kaylee definitely believes in fate. Bart says no. And if you're with him, click on number 5.
Hey.
Kaylee, congratulations. You were fated
To win the sample.
to win, exactly. And so she was patient because she knew. Why get
There you
impatient?
go.
It's going to happen or it's not going to happen. There's no reason to lose your mind over it. I don't know. I have a really hard time with this one.
Me
Do you-
too. I don't know. I feel like I believe more in free will. I feel like the idea that free will is like you don't really have control of your circumstances is true, but I don't think that's necessarily fate. You know what I mean?
Well, you're saying that you don't have total like control over everything that's possibly going to happen to you. Obviously, that's the case, right? But at the same time, it's not written down
Yeah.
someplace. Bella's going to go eat at a fancy restaurant tonight. You get to decide that, or whatever, or where you're going to end up in 5 years.
Yeah, I also don't think there's like one place you're going to end up. I think there could be a multitude of different.
So imagine that you're looking at this at kind of the macro level, right?
Mhm.
And and you think, well, listen, God, the great watchmaker, set the universe in motion, knowing that someday, because of Big Bang, blah, 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 there's going to be this Earth, there's going to be a sun, there are going to be plants growing, Bella's going to pop up sometime around, in the 80s or something like that. And then these are all these things that are going to happen to her. And so all of this stuff has been conceived of billions of years ago. And so it almost seems like if you're going to believe in a benevolent deity, then you kind of believe in fate.
Yeah.
Sort of. And I'm
not
uncomfortable
super
with it,
religious,
because at
though.
the same time, I know that, and
That's what makes it tricky.
right. All right. So free will. I hear you.
You could talk about it for hours.
More to come on fate and free will, because we have lots of questions
Yeah.
like this. Like the soulmates question is very similar to this one. So speaking of free will, if you could do anything you want, if you could have any job and money were no object, you don't care about whether you're rich or whatever, because you got that big trust fund or something, like you get to do whatever you want to do. What would be your dream job?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, some of us, we've been through, I've had like 45 jobs, easily 45 jobs, as you know, because you've been to my LinkedIn, but you're just like kicking off, right? You're making that decision.
Well, I've had about like 4 or 5 jobs now, or 6 maybe. I've been
So
working
you worked
for a
in an
while.
ice cream store. You've been a lifeguard. You've been obviously, making
I've been a
games. stuff on
hostess.
TV. Oh,
I've been a
really?
waitress.
Yeah.
Been a
So do
babysitter.
you have your like dream job? Did it come from those experiences, or?
Oh no, I loved being a server, but that's not for long term.
Yeah, but you like
I don't know
people.
yet.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Let's
Yeah.
see what other people had to say.
If money wasn't a problem, I would work watching movies. Like, if I could just sit down with munchies on the side, a Slurpee on the other side, and watch films all day, get paid.
Yeah. Siskel and Ebert have
Not,
retired.
because it's not an issue. Money's not
Be a critic.
an issue in this scenario.
Oh.
That's what I like.
Zach, TV watcher, film critic.
My ideal job, if I had one, would be I want to be one of those people at the zoo who take out the animals and show them to kids. Like, the person who picks up the big albino python and shows it to the kids and answers fun facts about her. Like the people at the penguin show who tell you what they eat. I want to do that. That sounds really fun.
Oh, yeah.
I used to want to be a zookeeper.
If money wasn't an object, I would be a music producer, clever music.
Yeah. Now that's great to be able to make an art that you love and just want to be a part of it. I love that idea.
If money was no option, then I would travel the world and I would be building churches that had health centers attached to them, because I believe that one really important thing that a lot of places need is just a place to gather.
I wish I had heard the end of that sentence. We have a limit here. We try to keep
I
you
honestly
guys
have no
short.
idea how much zookeepers and people that work at with animals at the zoo make, but I feel like that would be a pretty awesome job to have, because you're just hanging out with animals that people are paying to see for a living every single day, and you're probably becoming super tight with them. So that sounds fun to me. I think I would be a zookeeper.
Instead, you're going to be a microbiologist. So you're going to be friends with very small animals.
Wine taster.
Dante's thinking. Dante and Zach, you guys should get together.
These people can do these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's time to vote. Which of these guys are we going to take to the finals? It's going to be Zach watching movies, Rachel in the zoo with Sam, Seafair just making music, Camille bringing her goodness to the world, or Dante, you got to drink some wine. Maybe have some thoughts. Go for one of these guys. Dante.
Wine taster.
Dante,
That's a good one.
He's got that look too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would totally trust him.
So what do you say, Dante? Is it going to Pinot or a Merlot with this one? Pinot. Kidding. Depends on what you're eating. That is really funny. But yeah, no, it's a big decision, right? You spend a lot of your time working. It's you want to be able to do something that you just love to do.
This has got me rethinking. Maybe I wanted to be a zookeeper.
It's not too late. It's not too late for any of us.
True. I wanted zookeeper, and I also wanted to own a bed and breakfast.
You like people much more than I do, obviously.
Yeah, I guess.
Here's the next question. Question number 3. This is the Tuesday question. What's a drunk text you sent? And did you apologize? I'm not going to say we've all been there because, Belle, you've probably never sent a drunk text. But other people have, and I know I have. Sometimes late at night, you're your emotions take over. You send something that you later possibly regret.
Oh.
And sometimes it's amusing. Terrible. So, come on.
I lose my phone, if anything.
Yeah, well, that's what you say. You go, somebody else typed that, and it wasn't me.
True. Is it all just an excuse? Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yeah, I've done it. But so share, I know it's hard to admit that you were the person who told off your boss in the middle of the night, but that was a good time. Click the record button and let us know what you think. And then if you hear one that you really love, send some stars. That's the way that we applaud.
All of the drunk texts I've sent have been very nice. Too nice. They're just in all caps. I love you. You're the best person in the whole world. And it's to my dentist. It's just to random people in my phone. But I don't regret sending them. Maybe sending them to certain people. But no. A little dose of positivity. You're welcome if you get that. You're welcome.
All right. Bella has no regrets. Yeah. She's got a pure conscience.
I haven't sent many drunk texts, but my friend in college, when I was drinking one night, was texting me, and he asked me how I was, and I wanted to play it cool, so I said warm, because I was just being honest. I was pretty warm, and I didn't have to apologize the next day, because he made me feel really, really sorry that I'd said it over the course of the next couple of months.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a drunk text.
I've never been drunk before, but I have sent some very ridiculous texts by accident when you're trying to say something, but you just type the wrong things, yeah. But I've never been drunk before.
Interesting. We are inventing a new communication mechanism with chat, and so the whole grammar needs to be created. It's easy to say something that you didn't mean. My wife and I were talking about this.
I sent a lot of them, but one time I called out this friend on how they were treating me, and I was kind of mean with it, and I did apologize, but I also feel like I was in the right anyway, but yeah, there's too many to count.
It's one of those drug texts. Yes, she spoke truth, clearly.
Yeah.
Well, I've only sent drunken texts to some people that I was friends with, perhaps. Well, it was just one guy, and he was okay with it. I mean, it was great.
So this is the other kind of drunk text.
Yeah.
I'm with you. We get them all.
Yeah.
This is super random, but one time I sent my friend a text that said that I had lasagna in the oven and it was burning, but I was in a car the entire time, and I don't think I regret it, but it's super random. I don't think I enjoyed it.
Listen, what's up with that?
Just a random lie.
Yeah. Because it was time. It was 11 o'clock. It was time to lie. Guys, let's find somebody that you really like here and give them a vote and send them to the finals. Is it going to be Bella, number 1, Sadie, number 2, Rihanna? She's never been drunk, but she sent a drunk text-like thing. She's number 3. Shayna, she spoke truth. Angel, she had the other kind of drunk text. She's number 5. And Alyssa, random utterances through her phone. Bella, good answer. Bella, she owned it, right? She's like, I sent drunk texts. So what?
They're lucky. They're lucky for it.
Mine are wonderful. Yeah, exactly. You're lucky if you get one of my drunk desks. I like her confidence.
That's great. Also, she sent harmless ones. The dentist might be a little weird next time you go in for a check-in, but
exactly.
At least it's nice things.
Congratulations, Bella. On to the next question. Yes, indeed. The coffee question. Life hacks. Part of a series of questions about life hacks. What is the best method to make the perfect cup of coffee? This is our way of helping each other out by sharing something that we are really, really good at. This particular good at thing is making coffee. I'm very particular about my coffee, and I drink a lot of it, kind of nonstop. And I do have to admit that by this time of the day, man, I'm just throwing those K-cups in and press and go. But my first cup of coffee, or if I have friends over, I take a lot of care.
That's good. I love coffee. I'm not too careful about it now. My parents make the best coffee, but now that I'm at school,
it's any swill. What
anything with caffeine, I'll drink it.
What's your parents' method? What do they do?
They just use good quality.
Yeah.
And just milk, nothing else.
I've heard other people talk that way.
Life hacks. What's the best method of making the perfect cup of coffee? Get a Keurig? Duh.
Kirk's consistent. You got to give it that.
It is.
It all depends on the roast. I mean, you could put a lot of creamer in, but you have to have a healthy medium because too much creamer might be a little too sweet. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. All right. But it's the right roast. You got to start with the right ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Best method of making the best cup of coffee, I would say, is just having a good Colombian blend and some milk.
Yeah. So, again,
Colombian blend.
It's the right beans.
Mm-hmm. That's the most important, I think.
I'm a big
Okay, I can answer this because my mom, she loved coffee, but she always told me if you're making a cup of coffee, always clean out your thing. Always clean it out. Don't have a filter in there. No. Get a clean filter. You can do it 2 ways. You can do it the Keurig way, you got a regular thing, and it does it itself. And then she would do think it was 10 creams and 5 sugars. Yeah, it was like cup of coffee, 10 creams, 5 sugars.
In a cup of coffee.
Perfect time.
There's no room.
She'll do a Keurig way, where she just use like a little cup, put it in there. She'll make it, or she would do it the traditional way, like a regular coffee thing. And then she would put like the coffee stuff. She'll let it get in the cup. Then she'll use her creamer, and she'll usually pour it in there until it tasted like hazelnut. Like she never really had like, okay, let me put this in there, put this in there. No, my mom literally, I don't know how she would eyeball it. She did eyeballing things with seasoning. She just knew. And then she would put like a few little things of sugar, and it was perfect every time.
Yeah, 10 cups.
All right.
10 creamers.
So I never was really a big fan of coffee until I started watching Emma Chamberlain, and she has her own coffee line. So I bought that, and it's so much better than anything I've tasted.
So Vivian, Lashana, and Zach are saying ingredients. Got to have like the right.
I actually do not drink coffee, and I actually never have. So I don't know how to make coffee. I know plenty of people that do drink coffee on a regular basis, and I never even bothered to watch them make it to learn how or even asked.
I'm just shaking my head. It's a mystical experience. You know, I can make it with love. Well, let's see who you agree with, and let's send them to the finals and the chance to win $100 by pressing the button that corresponds with your favorite contestant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got to say that like what nobody really talked about, I mean, we talked about ingredients, we talked about being clean and having clean filters and then pouring like, you know, tons of sugar and milk in it and stuff like that. But nobody went in about, oh, congratulations, Vivian. Yeah.
I'm doing coffee.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Yeah, I am not familiar. I have not tried that, but I'm going to. I'll try it.
She has a cold brew that's like tea bags.
See,
So
this is what I'm talking. So the
yeah.
method, like cold brew, French press, the like Italian or Latin coffee that you sometimes see with a double boiler on it, like these methods, the coffee tastes totally different.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
but yeah, if I used to do like, you ever do like drip in a, like at a Starbucks or something like that?
Mhm.
And then you got to sit there for like 15 minutes, like waiting for it to go through the cup.
Yeah, I think
It's
I did
good.
that by accident, not on purpose.
I just
I was like, I didn't know that this was what this was going to be.
Yeah, I got to say that the best cup of coffee I ever had, I was like in the desert, and there was the dude like grinding the coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was, you know, putting the beans in, you know, flavoring the whole thing, pouring a little bit of water, a little bit more water on. I mean, it's just to do it right is like, it's like making music. So,
I would love to try like traditional chai.
yes.
Like real chai, because I love chai tea. But
So look how-
Starbucks is not the same.
Snap a cardamom in it. It's good. Question number, I don't know where we are, 4 or 5. But pet pics. Yeah, bring us your pets. Show us your dog or your cat or your weasel doing something weaselly. We would like to see that picture because after all, you've got a phone in your hand. You know you're taking pictures of your pet anyway.
Yeah.
But I think this is the real command because you can't just upload something that you already had. You got to do it like right then. So we're going to find out whose pet can really do stuff and who's like, you know, you just randomly happen to catch your dog doing something, you know, one time. But yeah, no, I've got like this brilliant dog, but too smart. Like doesn't do anything I ask him to do when I ask him to do it, you know, but
yeah.
But like opens door. He's like a safe cracker dog. He like open doors and stuff like that. No tricks. What do you guys got?
My 3 pet dogs have an amazing trick of no matter how many years they've known you, they will still bark at you all day long. Take a look.
Oh, they're just so excited. They've just got a lot to say.
Just like big wagging tails. They're so happy to see me. That's a good trick.
Hey, hey, sit. Lay down. Lay down.
Ooh. Is he gonna do it?
Lay down.
They never do it.
Lay down. No. Okay. Well, he won't do a trick.
Yeah, I'm sure the second the camera's off, the dog does everything that you want him to do. Yeah, no, that's.
My dog is camera shy.
The only
Love
type of pet I'm allowed in this small inner city apartment is an insect, and it can smile on command.
Nice.
What? Oh.
Spidey shoes. But can it walk up walls? Is it
I was
friendly?
looking for the bug on the shoe. I was like, I don't see it.
No, like where do you get shoes like that with like a big tongue hanging out the back? I mean, we all have tongues on the front of our shoes.
Meow. Meow.
All right.
Wow. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no, he went the distance for the question, though. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Alicia's pet.
Emma, okay, which hand? Which hand? You got it. You got it.
Yeah, wow.
He looks like he got a fresh haircut.
He's looking good.
It's very soft.
So Emma can smell, apparently, and that is Emma's superpower, unlike other dogs. Well, let's vote for one of these tricks. Human pet tricks, talking about tricks, dogs that are annoying, dogs that will... you know what? Chris's dog actually did sit. He just didn't lay down. Alicia's pet does flips. And real James's dog can smell. Oh, Mia.
Mia.
Yeah, your dogs are awfully cute. And that is a trick all by itself. Yeah, I can hear my dog like barking in the background right now because that's her trick is to bark.
My dog is that small, but he has a really, really deep, big dog bark.
Oh, that's
it scares people.
Yeah.
They think there's a huge like pit bull behind the door and it's like a little fluffy.
That's the
so
best trick
funny.
of all. Right? Your dog is protecting the house.
Exactly.
On to our next question, possibly question number 6. Oh, I love this one. If you could personally witness any moment in history, what would that moment in history be? If you could be a fly on a wall at any moment in time, like what wall are you standing on?
There's
I like
so
the
many
picture there.
good things to pick.
Yeah, well, so you got the ones where it's like, I really want to appreciate something that is important to me. Or you got the one that's like, I don't know whether this happened or not.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to go see, I want to be in Hitler's bunker, or
I feel like
I want to be. Yeah.
If I had this opportunity, I'd have to like ask around and do some research. Make it really worth it.
It's a big question. Yeah. Presumably you could only go to one thing. You're not like building ahead with like the flying phone booth, right?
Yeah.
But so, would it be like the beginning of time stuff?
I didn't even think about that.
Maybe something recent,
Yeah.
I've got questions. I've got many historical questions. How about you guys?
I would be a fly on the wall during the Rubber Soul recording sessions with the Beatles. It's my favorite Beatles album, and I do believe that the Beatles are the most influential and important musicians in modern music, period.
No, that is arguably true. But like they're obviously so
If I could be a fly on the wall in any historical moment, I would be at the opening night of the original production of Les Mis in London. That would be where I wanted to be. I think that would make me die happy. I mean the talent and the theatrics and just like the history of that. I think that would be really, really awesome.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a whole category of ones like that, of like seeing the original cast.
Given the opportunity to be a fly on the wall during any moment in history, I would choose the moment that LGBTQ marriage became legal in the United States federally.
You were there.
Yeah, right.
We were all there. It was a great moment. We'll tell our kids.
Yeah, there's so many concerts I'd like to see.
If I was a fly on the wall, I would have watched Da Vinci plate the Mona Lisa.
Just like sitting around there for a couple of weeks while like somebody
I feel like I'd be bored.
There would have to be a Beatles
Sit there on
recording
your phone.
session, see how they made their music, how they worked with each other, their workflow. It would be crazy to see them. That would be my moment.
Another vote for John, Paul, Ringo, and George.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
If I could be a fly on a wall in any moment of history, I would definitely be on the wall of the backboard of Michael Jordan's Game 6 game-winning shot against the Utah Jazz in 1998.
That'd be a good seat.
Yeah.
Unless you got squashed.
But that's really like the most important thing we can do anyway. Spencer, Beatles, he's number 1. Sadie's going to see Les Mis. She's number 2, if you agree with that. Megan, congratulations. You were there for making LGBTQ marriage legal. Number 4 is Maddie. Louise is number 5. And James B is number 6. Oh, man. Congratulations. Maddie's going to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, I can't remember. But like
I was just about to say that.
Well, we'll have to go back. Obviously, for those of you guys who are like us and forgot something or skipped or blinked, we do post the show so that you can go back later and you can see, your favorite moments.
Also, we're about to re-see them.
Yeah, that's right. And there are highlight reels too. We make it all easy. Just go to YouTube, go to Twitch, go to your favorite site. There's all sorts of new stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about that today, whether we should take the whole show and turn it sideways for YouTube. Think about it.
Maybe.
Think about it. So, the history one really takes me apart of maybe you want to go to VE Day in New York when the war was over. Wouldn't that be an exciting party? Or maybe you want to go to Woodstock.
The
I don't
original?
know. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good stuff out there. That's a hard choice.
I would go to the original Woodstock, I think.
You'd rather
Not
do that?
out of everything, but that would be a choice.
It would definitely be up there, right? Except it's going to be uncomfortable. It was rainy and muddy the whole time.
The original?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And they didn't have enough bathrooms, not by a long shot.
No.
Well, we have now gone through 6 questions, and you guys have voted, and you have picked your favorite answer for each of the 6 questions that were our questions of the day this week. And so now we're in the finals. We're going to pick one. And I know it's hard. It's kind of like an apples and oranges sort of thing. But we're going to pick the answer that we thought was the best for the whole week. And this person, $100. $100. Think about that. When you see that record button pop up later in the week, as you get your question of the day notifications, click record. You could get $100. Let's see what everybody had to say. We're going to do a quick recap. Oh, I know. It's the best. Oh. Are you done with fireworks? You ready to move on?
I love them, but yeah.
I kind of am under the impression that everything happens for a reason. I try not to control my destiny. If I see things going the wrong way, I of course will intervene and try to set them back on track. But I like to think that everything happens for a reason, and good things come to those who wait.
So Kaylee's answering the question, do you believe in fate or free will? She's kind of a fate.
Wine taster.
Yeah. And Dante's telling us if money were no issue, what would be your dream
All of the
job?
drunk texts I've sent have been very nice. Too nice. They're just in all caps. I love you. You're the best person in the whole world. And it's to my dentist. It's just to random people in my phone. But I don't regret sending them. Maybe sending them to certain people. But no. A little dose of positivity. You're welcome if you get that. You're welcome.
Yeah. So Bella's answering the question. Tell us about a drunk text that you once sent.
So I never was really a big fan of coffee until I started watching Emma Chamberlain, and she has her own coffee line. So I bought that, and it's so much better than anything I've tasted.
We're going to have to do it. So Vivian's answering the question, how do you make a perfect cup of coffee? Give us that life hack.
My 3 pet dogs have an amazing trick of no matter how many years they've known you, they will still bark at you all day long. Take a look.
They're so cute.
I don't even know. They can't be real, right? They're not real. They're way too cute. Like little robot dogs. Mia's
If
answering the
I was
question.
a fly on the wall, I would have watched Da Vinci plate the Mona Lisa.
What moment in history would you like to witness? That's the question that Maddie is answering. And so now it is time to vote. Which of these people had the best answer? Kaylee's number 1, Dante's number 2, Bella number 3, Vivian number 4, Mia number 5, and Maddie, watching the Mona Lisa, she's number 6. Vote for one of these guys and they will get the big prize and be our QOT Deer of the Week.
These are some good ones.
Yeah, this was a good week. Good questions, good answers.
I do say that every week, though, I think.
Yeah, well, you should be proud of your questions. Let me say that. You guys, Bella writes pretty much all the questions. So, Vivian, congratulations. You are our big winner, you college student. And Vivian is answering the question, how do you make a perfect cup of coffee?
Yeah.
And she says, you just got to go to the source, right? You got to get it from
Everyone's got it down.
Yeah. But I like
She's
this
a
idea of the
coffee.
cold, and she does the cold brew thing, huh?
And she has really cute marketing. It's adorable.
All right. Well,
Gotta try it
that's
out.
it. This is why we do Question of the Day, so that we can improve our lives by sharing the information that we all have like jammed between our ears. But sometimes we need a question of the day to help us get it out there and share it with other people. So I want to thank everybody who recorded. Thank you for sharing a little bit of yourselves with us. And for everybody who voted or who applauded or just watched, thanks a lot. It's really wonderful sharing this time with you. So now we are at the end of the week. Oops. I'm going to turn the music on just a little bit. Just a little bit. And so now we're at the end of the week. And so in a few hours, we're going to kind of kick it over and start next week's questions. Every day, we release a new question of the day. And we show a whole bunch of them that you can answer and watch. But there's like one that's super important every day. And if you answer that question, you can qualify to be on this big show and win a big prize. So what's it going to be, Belle? What do you have in store for us?
Well, later tonight, the question of the day for tomorrow is going to be, give your boss a performance review. How are they doing and how can they improve?
Yeah, we are putting the wingtip shoe on the other foot, as it were, because we've all been reviewed by bosses, and that's never a comfortable task. But maybe you learned something good. Now's your chance to make your boss a little uncomfortable, maybe help them out just a tad. So tell us about your boss and whether it was good or not. And then as the week goes on, we'll find out more. If you want to be the first one to get the question so you can think about it really hard, just go to our site and sign up and we'll email it to you kind of before everybody else. So that's it. Everybody, for those of us here at Question of the Day and BeyondTheAir.com, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.